Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and tonight we will be unboxing the KnitCrate membership from October 2020. That is a weird ad. I have the stream open on my computer so that way I can see chat and answer questions. But I obviously forgot to mute it. So anyway, I will be unboxing. I think I got sent 2 KnitCrate membership bags this month because I can feel them, and I feel 2 skeins of yarn in both. But we will unbag them and see. Now, KnitCrate sends me the subscription for free every month for me to unbox and share, and I have an affiliate code, which means I earn commission if you sign up. But I think that it's a lot of fun, and I give honest critiques and share what I love and some things that I hope they improve. But I found that as a company, they are very open to criticism and really take what their subscribers, have to say into consideration and make changes moving forward based on feedback. So I am very, very excited. Now, there happens to be a big flash sale right now. So today, if you go through the link that I dropped into chat, and I'll drop it in again, if you sign up for KnitCrate membership, you can get a free crate from a previous month by paying the full box crate price of $26.99 plus $5 of shipping and handling for the free crate. And so then basically you get 2 crates, 4 skeins of yarn, and fun extras and lots of patterns for what? $26.99 plus 5 would be $31.99. So that's a really, really good deal. But I will drop that flash sale into the chat right now, the link for that. Otherwise, whenever you sign up, you can use the code ChemKnits20 for 20% off your first month. And my code does work on the Dive into Dyeing series, which I'm a part of, but I have not received my level 3 yet, so I'm not unboxing that tonight. Oh, awesome. I'm excited to see what is in here. Now, in general, I try to avoid spoilers because I want to be surprised what's in here, but you don't have to avoid spoilers. You can actually see the colorways in advance and sort of pick which one you want. So I'm in the anything goes vibe, which means I get a surprise colorway each month, but you can pick neutral, warm, or cool tones when you sign up. So that way, and then you can switch it in the middle of your membership so you can get colors you want. But let's open these up. So you might, but before I open this up, you might have a tiny bit of confusion because I said $26.99 a month. If you sign up for the eco-friendly packaging, you can have the same $24.99 a month for the KnitCrate membership that you're used to. And this includes shipping worldwide. But if you want the box and if you want a printed version of the Inspirations magazine, there's now a more expensive, it's $26.99 a month to get the box and then the full, this is last month's, the full printout of the magazine. And so you still get the magazine in digital form. Both versions can get it in digital form. It's just the new packaging has these compostable mailers, which I looked a tiny bit into it. It seems to use a bioplastic and should break down in compost. I think it's cool. I haven't tried it myself. And I'm not sure how you are supposed to dispose of things like this if you don't have if you don't have a compost service. So that I don't know. But I think it's cool. Oh, I grabbed scissors, but I actually don't need them. This is actually opening really, really easily. Ooh. Ooh. Check out. This is like almost like a terracotta-y pink. This is pretty, and I don't think we've had a very, very it's a super bulky yarn. That's cool. I don't think we've had anything bulky in a while. You can see that there's very little definition of the plies. It's a very fuzzy yarn. And We've got some information. Oh my gosh. Okay, well this is adorable. Check out this little stitch marker. It's a skein stitch marker. Progress keeper. Sorry. It's got a little hook closure. It would be, if you're using super tiny needles, you could probably use it as a stitch marker. But, oh, it's been like stiffened a little bit. It's like some embroidery thread or something. And so it is actually like fiber, but it's been soaked in, I don't know, I have no idea, glue or something. So you can't easily untwist it. But this is darling. This is absolutely darling. Hello, everyone. So I looked at the website for the bags, and it's more than just cornstarch. So it is some bio. I checked I don't think I knew that this was the website they were using, but I happened to visit the website that makes this bag recently, and so I think that they said that there were some kind of bioplastics, meaning that they are. I'm not remembering correctly, and so I don't want to misspeak. Actually, let's look it up because I am curious. Wait. But actually, I could have been looking at. Oh wait. So it's 100% biodegradable and compostable material, and it's cornstarch plus, I think, PLA plus something else I can't see. So there is some cornstarch, but also bioplastics that degrade. But I can't see it because of where the label is placed. So I'm not going to go to the website right now and check. But let's talk about the yarn. Yes. Yeah, so there's more than just cornstarch. But maybe we'll look that up in a bit. Okay, so this is so the colorway is called Petal. It is 82% merino, 18% Peruvian Pima cotton. And let's open this up. It looks like it's a chain ply. And it is very, very lofty. It almost, oh, cool. So the cotton is in here, excuse me, for strength. I don't know if you can see, because I don't know if I can focus in enough. There is like a dark ply that almost looks like a shadow in here. That darkness you see, I think, is the cotton. And then the wool has very, very low twist. So wait, is it a chain? No, I don't understand. The construction of this is really, really unusual. Looking at it, I thought, because you know how sometimes they've had the chain plied. I don't have one of their chain plied skeins down here, which I love. But this is a new, I have not seen them do a yarn like this before. And so I'm very, core spun probably, but it looks, there might still be some kind, it feels like there is some kind of chain, but I can't really define it. So this is lofty and soft, and it's going to be strong. Normally, if I looked at something like this, you would think it would pull apart easily. With that cotton core, which I'm assuming it's the cotton core in here, this is going to hold up really, really well for some good heavy use, which means I hope we've got some cool winter accessories. But I'll just put it on. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so here's the card. The theme is Nudess, and here was the sort of the mood board. So like clays and earthy tones was it. Okay, about your new eco-friendly subscription. Thank you for joining us for the very first month of our eco-friendly membership. Here's what we're doing to make your crate friendly to the planet. Your crate is shipped with an earth-friendly, biodegradable, and compostable mailer made of cornstarch. You can safely dispose of your mailer in a compost bin or garbage. But it is more, hello. So where, hi, I'm compostable. Okay, compost. I'm now curious. So No, I want to know what it's made out of. Oh, that's a certification. Because I was on, and the reason is because they said it's just cornstarch. It's definitely more than cornstarch. Who was I? There was a, okay, but I don't think this is necessarily the company about. Okay, I have no idea. But there are bioplastics in it. So it is not just cornstarch. Okay, so your inspirations booklet is available as a digital download via the link at the bottom right. So it's on the back of this card. There's even a QR code, which I am going to cover up. So there's a link down there. And I believe, as in the past, you can download it to your computer or directly to your Ravelry library. We offset carbon for every single shipment we send out worldwide, whether or not it's an eco-friendly subscription. For October, we're proud to partner with One Tree Planted, a nonprofit dedicated to global reforestation. They plant trees to restore nature and biodiversity. So the One Tree Planted Oregon, so there's an Oregon project that's right now, the resident orca, wait, I guess it's a, I see. So they're planting trees along rivers and streams of the Pacific Northwest to restore the habitat for the endangered orca. And so the trees are helping in with the whole ecosystem there. And so they talk about some of the kinds of trees, including grand fir, vine maple, big leaf maple, which, I mean, so fun fact, as a child, I had a little charity, which wasn't registered. I just was raising money for the Bloomington Tree Fund. And my initiative was called Kids for Trees. And I was actually featured in the newspaper about it. And looking back, I think I only raised of weeks and weeks and weeks of like a lemonade stand at the farmer's market. I think I raised like $90 something over like multiple seasons. So not very much. But at 9, I like trees, and I like initiatives that support planting trees. The influencer this month that they've partnered with is Chantal Miyagishima, the purple-haired potty-mouthed knitter behind Knititude. Driven by her love of designing and yarn, Chantal is all about feeling comfy and simple and basic knits. And so that is really, really cool. The one thing I miss is that we don't have any information about the patterns here in the package. I would have to go and open up and download the Inspirations magazine. I'm actually prepared for that tonight, but I don't know if you remember my very, very first KnitCrate unboxings. Back in the day, they came with just a postcard like this, but there was also always a second postcard that had the patterns on the front and back. So when you got it, you got to see what you were working with. And so I miss that. I miss having, like, I don't need the paper magazines, so I don't miss that necessarily, but I miss being able to flip through and see the patterns and get some kind of picture of the patterns. But I guess since there's 4 patterns now, because of, oh, Suzanne, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think because of, you know, I think that it makes sense. And I like that, I like that they're having this eco-friendly version, because then it eliminates waste. My kids are disappointed because we keep all the KnitCrate boxes, and because we turn them into like brick blocks. We tape them shut, and they've been playing with them for years. So they're a little bummed I'm not getting more. But let me see. I did download the October Inspirations magazine, and I think I'm gonna have to start doing these streams on, so I'm streaming on my phone right now. I think I might have to start doing them on my computer so that way I can screen share. Maybe, but it looks like there's a crochet super chunky cowl. And they show the colorways from, let me see if I can do this without showing, shoot. I've got Hanukkah spoilers, so I have to be very, very careful with what I show. So let me see. Okay, so here are the colorways. So clearly I got our pink, but there's also like a beautiful neutral champagne kind of color, and then a deeper brown. And let's see. So there's our influencer Chantal. This actually isn't so bad. So I got the color petal. The others are porcelain and something in the city. I cannot read what that says. Something in the city. But I love this brown color. It looks almost more gray in person. So what are our patterns? The patterns. Ooh, cozy Celtic kerchief. Whoa. Oh, okay. It's Shiraz in the city. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's interesting. And then, ooh, those socks are gorgeous. Check out that that cable going across. That's beautiful. And the fuzzy, so the twist socks look cool, and the fuzzy peach socks also look cool. But this really, I saw on the cover when I accidentally got a spoiler. I love like super chunky knits like that for the winter. And then you've got all of your like instructions and stuff in there. So that is pretty nice. I'm just gonna have to get used to oh no, I don't want to use that phone. I'm just gonna have to get used to getting ready to show off, which is a delicate balance between not spoiling things for myself, so that way I can share what I think real time and live, and then also being prepared to open up and share the other information. But can this yarn be colored over if you get the porcelain color? Absolutely. So this, what is it, the yarn? It is 82% merino, so it's not superwash. And then Peruvian Pima cotton. The cotton in here looks like it's fairly dark, like it's nearly black in mine. But it's hard to over dye cotton anyway when you're also dyeing wool. So since it's not superwash, this wouldn't, and it's so fluffy, it wouldn't be good for, say, speckling or something like that, but you could absolutely over dye this. This feels like it needs to have some like semi-solidness to it. I am really excited about this yarn because it is so different from what I'd seen before. And that is one thing that I have to say for KnitCrate, is that they've been knocking it out of the park with a variety of blends and bases this year. And I have been so thrilled with the variety and mixtures with cellulose fibers and just the way things are spun. There's a lot of variety that way. Let me open up this other one. I was actually able to peel off the shipping labels, which meant that it was really, really easy for me to show both sides. Oh. Well, that's a bummer. I don't think, when they've sent me duplicates, oh no, I don't think I've ever received a duplicate and had this exact same color. I think, because every once in a while I would accidentally get 2 knit crates. And so sometimes like 3 crates would show up, and this month I didn't get a sock crate, so I'm sure it's just like an error. But usually when this happens, at least it's a different colorway. So I don't think I've ever ended up with 4 skeins in one colorway before. Excuse me. So this means that I'm going to need to brainstorm because I have a lot of this yarn. So it could turn into something really, really awesome. I was sort of hoping for that porcelain color. With all the fuzzy, you're not sure if it would felt. It probably will felt a little bit. So see how the yarn sort of sticks to itself right now? So when I do it, see how right there, it's sort of just very lightly is clinging to itself. That grip will absolutely happen when you dye it. You should, if you're very, very gentle with it, it won't felt really. It will absolutely, no matter what you do or how careful you are, it'll stick. But I would be extra careful with not moving it around in a pot too much, letting it cool completely before you wash it, and being super gentle with the wash. And you should be able to move it apart. There's some lofty yarns tend to cling to itself. So Preciosa from Knit Picks is a single ply merino. It will sort of stick to itself a little bit. And Knit Picks Palette, which is also a bit of a loftier, it's a lofty like 2-ply, that also will cling to itself a little bit. But I won't necessarily refer to that as felting unless once you start to lose like ply definition is when like, and the shape of the yarn is compromised, that's when I start to think of it. So looking down at this around my neck, I can see a twist. But if I try to untwist it, I can't. So maybe it is. Maybe this is what core spun is. But the core isn't like one length. It still has like a little bit of give. It's like the core has been chain plied. And then, can you kind of see? There you go. You can kind of see that twist. This is so unique and so fun. I am really excited about this base. I would love to have some in bare form. And actually, as KnitCrate members, so right now, one thing that's going on is the double down. So if you ever wanted more yarn that you got in your KnitCrate subscription, you can always save 50% off in Member Central. So as soon as they're listed, you can buy more at 50% off the retail price. If you're not a KnitCrate member and want some yarn, you can go and get it as well. But you're going to pay the full price. At Double Down, which happens towards the end of the month, KnitCrate members can save an additional 25% off of their already discounted price to get more yarn. And so, yeah, it's just, there's discounts when you want more. I'm not sure if I would do a swap, but I do like this color. I would just, you know, it's a fluke that I ended up with 2 of these instead of one of the sock crates. Now, I said that like I will be always be very, very honest about my opinion. And I think that this yarn base is phenomenal. The one thing is that they have given us very, very solid or semi-solid yarns for a while. Like I remember in January with Brooklyn Boy, we had like a variegated, and I think there was a tonal that went with it, and that was super, super exciting. And I've been really wanting more of that. I want something that encourages some color work or something that is going to surprise me. And so this is what we have this month. I don't remember. I don't know for sure. Oh, I even have 5. So here are 5 recent months that I have received. And I don't know the orders. So, I mean, the bases vary. This is the silvery sock, or if it's not the silvery sock base, it's very similar. It's so sparkly. I love it. The bases are all so unique. We've got what this is, wool, alpaca, silk. This one is merino, linen, and silk. We've had, I think there was one that was just cotton and linen at one point that was chain plied. This is 100% alpaca. And this one was, it's a cotton basic, percent in the bases, and that is incredible. It's just, and I just want a little more surprise. That's all. And it feels like, you know, I was like, okay, I bet it's going to be like solids again. And I'm thrilled that the surprise is coming in with the bases. It's just like I guess I'm approaching my third year of unboxing this. So in the first year, there was, you know, we'd get speckles and variegated, and there were even some gradients, and there were some weird striping ones that had like 25 grams of one color, 50 grams of the second color, and then 25 grams of the first color. And then the pattern had you snip the yarn. So that was odd. Those ones were odd, but it was like, there was difference in that. So I would say, like, I'm curious what you guys think, because on one hand, I want to see like wild, unique colorways that pull in multiple colors from the, where's my mood board? Like that pull in multiple, like, can you imagine like a color bringing in all of these tones? Like it would be so rich and beautiful. On the other hand, I like knitting with semi-solid yarn. So you have more versatility with a semi-solid and a more subdued colorway. So it's possible that the feedback from their customer base wants more like subtle kind of colors, but then they're bringing us these really incredible, unique yarn bases. And some of these are yarn bases that, like, you know, the yarn, I feel like the yarn bases have gotten more unique, and then the colorways have been a little more like safe, if that makes sense. You're so happy they give the option of skipping now. So the crate that featured, well, the crate that featured me was like, that was a blank canvas. So yeah, that one you could do whatever you wanted. So you skipped this month because you weren't keen on the colors. Yes. So the nice thing is with the reveals, you do have the option of skipping a month. If you're not that into the colors or the yarn base. And as I mentioned, you have the options of switching to get a different color if you don't want a surprise. And so those things I think are all really, really great. And again, the bases are so fun and different, and it's such a surprise. And so I'm still really excited to see what's going to be in there. It's just, I kind of miss the like, okay, last month we had speckles. What's it going to be this month? So maybe it's like a toss up in there. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Well, I don't think it's because of COVID at this point. I know that you have to plan. They have to plan out their colorways really, really far in advance. So in order to, if they did want to make a pivot and make a change, it would probably happen like over 6 months down the road. I mean, I don't know about the timing, but they work on developing the colorways very, very far in advance of when they come out. It was just that when I got featured in May, part of the problem was that the mills shut down and the shipments shut down. So their yarn for May wasn't going to make it in time. And so they got creative and reached out to me. But I guess now I can talk about that. But I had already been working with them as an influencer doing these unboxings, and I had already created the dive into dyeing videos for them. We just didn't know it was going to be called something else, Phil. Oh, well. We just didn't know it was going to be called Dive Into Dyeing yet. And we didn't really know how that was an option. The skip is handy. You think you can only do it so many times a year. That's possible, because then you might have to give up your slot. But oh my goodness. So I'm going to give a shout out to the Etsy shop that made these progress keepers, because I think they're awesome. hookandcable.etsy.com. I like both the simple presentation on here and the effort to twist a tiny skein is that can't be easy. So I am impressed, and I am now wanting to try to make something like this myself. You're not crazy about all the worsted and bulky weights, but it's definitely not a staple in your yarns. You like the lighter weights. Yeah, so I would say DK. I would say that there's a lot. It's mostly DK and sport weight with some fingering is where I feel like a lot tends to be with this. But with the KnitCrate membership, you're going to get like a range. I don't know if they've ever done lace, but it's a range between fingering and super bulky with, you know, I would say a lot of DK and fingering is sort of where that leans. But I'd have to go and look at all the, I have not kept a list and kept track. I used to think like, oh, every year I'll do like a year in review of the colors I got. And then like the organization for that didn't work anymore. With ChemKnits, you are going to get a sock yarn and it's going to almost all the time be fingering weight. Occasionally they do a DK or sport for more of like a, there was one they did and the theme was like last minute gifts. And so they gave thicker yarn for fast projects, and it was like a holiday, like one in December one year. And that was amazing. I thought that that was brilliant and such a cute theme. And so when I was talking about like the kind of colorways and stuff, there is more variety in the type of colorway that we've seen in the sock crates recently. So there is a solid here, and this on the marled sock base. This is also, I mean, it's a twist yarn, but it is a solid. But we did have a, is this a sparkle? Yeah, like a sparkle, very subtle speckled colorway. And then this one is sort of striping a little bit, I think. So there is a lot more variety in the sock crates that I've seen. It was just, I was curious how long we've been seeing, because wait a minute, this is 5 months. October, let's say September, August, July, June, and then May was me. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure, but oh, I do know I saw something exciting in an email. So we've talked about, it looks like you can buy past crates, and I don't know, I haven't checked, and I actually want to check now to see if you can specifically pick a certain one. Contest winners shop. Because it seems like project kits, it seems like you can buy past crates and you can get them in small or bigger. So, okay, so there's an April, so you can get an April 2020 crate in lapis, and you know, it starts at $33.50, and I believe that you can pick between two, and you can get oh, I think it's sold out. You can get a small medium or a large extra large, and the large extra large has 3 skeins. And so this is coming a little closer to what we were talking about with size inclusivity, especially some of the crates that include something that is sized. And so then you might need more yarn than is provided in the box, so therefore you don't have enough to make your project. So this isn't quite the same as like getting the same dye lot and getting to make this choice in advance, but who knows? Maybe if they release the patterns and things in advance, being able to upgrade the size of your box for the project, maybe that's an option that's coming. I honestly have no idea. I have no insider information, but in the Member Central shop, this is something that you can see. And so, yeah, the price I listed, I think that's the membership price. And I am looking, oh wait, that's just the yarn project kits. So there's 14 available. Yeah, so it looks like April and March were also solids. But hey, they have a DIY Kool-Aid yarn dyeing kit that you can buy that comes with Kool-Aid, one skein of yarn, and a packet of Kool-Aid and a zip tie, and then a free tutorial from me. It's like Rebecca from ChemKnits is listed on there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's fun, but yes, it looks like February had a speckled yarn. And then January was the Brooklyn boy that had the 2 colorways, which was, that one was probably, I guess, besides, like, there have been a lot of really, really cool collaborations that they've done this year, but those colorways really excited me, that combination. But yeah, it looks like with the exception of the blank canvas in May, everything else, everything from March, so March, April, June, July, August, September, and October, so 7 of the 10 months have all been solid or semi-solid. Or sorry, semi-solid or tonal. But the yarn base itself is varied a lot. So, the progress keepers are awesome. You receive the same yarn and they won't work. Yeah, so what, you mean that these progress keepers won't work with the chunky yarn? Yeah, no, they won't work with the yarn. I think even as a progress keeper, so you could mark like a center stitch at the bottom with it. But you can't, yeah. So when I make stitch markers, I use a bigger lobster claw because I like to make it so that way you could use it as either a progress keeper or it's big enough to fit on your needles. But I also see the value in little ones like this. I just tend to use the ones that I have that are bigger. Like, no, I don't have a close enough thing that I can show. Yeah, I'd say that I knit with pre-kids fingering and lace were what I used the most. Post-kids, I use a lot more worsted and bulky, especially if I'm making accessories. We've needed a lot of hats and things lately, so I've done a lot more of that. But I've also done a lot more dyeing than knitting since Ryder started preschool and I started Dive Out Weekly. So at one point I was like, what did I do with all my time? And then I found my stash of lace shawls and I was like, that's what I did. Watched a lot of Survivor, reruns of Survivor and knit lace. Yeah, I'm ultimately, I'm being extremely, extremely critical, but I think that pulling all these out, and this doesn't even show the fun like chain plies and stuff from the year, I think what I'm realizing is that the colorways are more subtle, but the yarn itself is a lot more variation. And so I think that I'm really excited that there is something so challenging, and especially so something that brings in variety and might make you go outside of your comfort zone a little bit. There are now, KnitCrate also, in addition to the Learn to Dye Yarn course that I worked on, they have like a Learn to Knit and a Learn to Crochet 3-month subscription course. And so it's sort of nice that like someone new to knitting or crochet could do that and then jump on into, say, the crates or something like that. But it is a lot of fun. And, I think Dive Into Dyeing is back in stock. I should be, why is mine bold? The Dive Into Dyeing course is $39.99, which includes shipping and a lot of yarn and all kinds of stuff. No, the other ones are in stock too. The Stitch Starter Knit and Crochet. You actually just made hats for your family out of for your kids with sock yarn. Ooh, I mean, my favorite winter hat was made out of fingering. I love like Knit Picks palette. So when I was talking about the little bit of a loftier fiber and how we talked about how these fibers sort of cling to each other, that's the type of yarn I like to use for color work, because then you get really good like stitch definition, and it just sort of like holds itself together really, really well. And so I like that a lot. But oh man, this is so unique, and that's really, really exciting. I think that it's really fun. I would love to try to design like a yarn base or something someday. The minimums and everything that you require are like wild. And one thing I learned, because one thing I proposed at one point, I was like, why don't you do like mini skeins or something someday? But the minimums in order to dye mini skeins, you would need, they would need to order so many of just one color of the mini skein that's not practical unless you have someone outside of the mill doing the dyeing. So yeah, there's a lot I don't know that goes into manufacturing of bases. But if you are interested in learning more about this, I'm going to drop my affiliate link. Uh-oh, maybe I'm not going to. I'm going to drop this affiliate link into the chat. So the link I just dropped in will take you to the flash sale that will let you, if you sign up, you can get a free second crate from a previous month for just $5 shipping and handling. So for $26.99 plus $5, you can get 2 crates for your first month, or you can just sign up for KnitCrate or SockCrate and use the coupon code ChemKnits20 for 20% off your first month. And you can even use that on the Dive into Dyeing course. So lots of information there, but the pricing is a little bit different now. If you want the biodegradable, more eco-friendly subscription, it is still $24.99 a month. That includes shipping, usually 200 grams of yarn, a knitting and crochet pattern that you can use with that yarn. That includes shipping. Or if you want the box, and if you want a printout magazine, like a hard copy of Inspirations magazine, then for an additional $2, you can get that package. But either way, they are donating and working on planting trees for whatever kind of package that you deal with to try to offset the impact of shipping and things like that. You're making a hat right now with the super bulky that we received in the same color. Hoping enough to make a matching scarf. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you like my channel. I'm not sure if there would be enough for a scarf if you just have 2. Let me see. Here's my magazine. How much? Because there was a cowl. I'm looking at the... Ooh. Charos. Huh. I don't know how to pronounce the theme for next month, but it looks like floral and pastel. Those are the socks. That crossover sock, that was really, really cool. The twist socks. Okay, so there's a crochet cowl. And how much yarn does it use? So you'll use both skeins for the cowl. So there might not be enough for much of a scarf if you just have the 2 skeins. But I might have enough because I have 4. Because I was sent 2 instead of being sent the sock crate. But the nice thing is that you have the patterns and you can import them into Ravelry, so then you can search for them, or you can search through past patterns that KnitCrate or any other has offered if you've been a member for a while. So I love having all of my magazines, being able to import all those patterns into my Ravelry, so that way when I'm searching, I can search within my personal library. And I find that really, really useful and helpful. But anyway, I hope as I throw my, oh, that's what fell before my other notes. As I threw everything to the ground, but I really hope that you all enjoyed this unboxing. I am just so intrigued by this yarn, and it would be like honestly a beautiful, beautiful thing to knit with or crochet with. It is really, really soft, and it's going to be perfect for winter. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe to the ChemKnits Tutorials YouTube channel if you're not subscribed already. I post at least 2 new videos every week, and then we do multiple unboxings every month. Next week, I think Dive Into Dyeing is scheduled to arrive on Monday, and it's the 3rd and final one. So fingers crossed that it'll arrive next Monday, and then I will do an unboxing soon thereafter. But yeah, you don't want to miss any of the fun. So if you also take the time to give the video a thumbs up and smash that bell so you get notifications when I release a new video, that all helps a lot. But thank you so much everyone for tuning in tonight. And if you're watching the replay and you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts about the different colorways we've been receiving this year and what you think, what you're hoping to see. I want color work. I want color work. That's my goal, or my dream. But you can always send feedback to them directly. Sometimes once in a while, I sort of like accumulate stuff and thoughts, and I'm like, hey, this is just sort of my thought on things. I have no idea. I don't think I have any like influence or anything. But I do also, if I hear something from a lot of you, I reach out sooner and be like, hey, this is what I'm hearing from the community. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will chat with you soon. Bye. This is up high today. All right, everyone. Bye.